to order. Johanna, would you please read the statement of compliance and the meeting procedures?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building and the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off all electronic devices. Welcome to the City of Margate's regular commission meeting for April 15th, 2021. This meeting is being done via teleconferencing in compliance with the Division of Local Government Service Regulations. Before we begin, the procedures for this meeting is as follows. All visitors to the meeting via teleconference will be muted until public participation session is open. Once the public participation session begins, these visitors will be unmuted. When instructed, please announce your name and address and wait for the moderator to recognize you before you begin speaking. Each public participation session will be 3 minutes in length, and you will be notified when your time has expired. When the public participation session completes, all teleconference visitors will be muted again.
Thank you, Johanna. Could we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Johanna, call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I am here.
We have before us for approval minutes of our April 1st regular commission meeting. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion. We approve those.
I'll second that motion.
Mayor Becker?
Yes, please.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will, excuse me, we will now open public comment. If you'd like to speak, you have 3 minutes on any subject. Is there any public comment? Fred, do you have anyone wishing to speak?
We have 3 visitors, but I didn't get an answer. I didn't get a yes answer on the
Half of a mile, left turn onto I-10 East.
Last chance. Any public comment?
Well, yeah, this is Dr. Litz at 224 North Coolidge. Was there going to be a discussion about the Amherst travel, the plan for Margate, and the reaction of Longport? I thought that's what was going to be discussed today amongst the commissioners or the public.
If you wish to comment on that, you certainly may. The issue has been discussed a lot between the commissioners and the rest of the city and people involved, as Dr. Litz.
Okay. Yeah, I guess my concern is I live at that corner, 224 North Coolidge and Amherst. And yeah, I know the plan is to go Amherst north to south from Washington and down. And I did listen to Longport's meeting last week, and they were not happy about that. And they were talking about putting a barrier up right on the side of the street there, which would prevent traffic from going south on Amherst. So, you know, that's right where my house is. And then we have, of course, Lombardi's across the street, which is a separate issue. But so I was just wondering, has there been any, is that one way happening? And have you spoken to Longport?
I have spoken to Longport, that is correct. We've been in contact with Longport. I'm not trying to say that they're happy, because I don't think that a few people in Longport are happy, Doctor, but it is on the agenda tonight. It would be resolution resolution 100, no, that's not right.
It's ordinance number 6, Mayor, for
I'm sorry.
adoption.
Correct. Ordinance 6, Doctor, okay? Which changes the street one way. Yeah. This project has been discussed for years. It's not something new. The reaction of Longport is a little surprising, but.
There you are.
Really? Yeah. Doctor, are you
Mayor,
still there?
Mayor, if I
I'm
may,
here.
Mayor, if I may, this is Commissioner Blumberg, and my question, I have a question related to, and I'm not privy to Longport's. No one from Longport has reached out to me. Am I wrong in saying that the one-way proposed ordinance number 6, is that not going to reduce traffic through the neighborhood in Longport?
May I speak?
Would you like my opinion, Maury, or
Well,
Ed Dennis?
Is this still
Ed?
an open forum?
All right.
No, it's
Do you
not.
want to wait, or do you want to just go on over and I'll meet you in a few minutes? I just want to get through this one discussion.
Yes, absolutely. I'll wait my turn.
And then left turn onto
Ed?
I-10.
Yes.
Yes. Ed Dennis. Can
Yeah.
you answer that question? You did the road studies, did you not?
Actually, I didn't, but I am familiar with the traffic study that was done by Shropshire Associates. Basically, Commissioner Blumberg, I don't know that the one-way change we're talking about adopting today, which is converting Amherst Avenue in Margate one way from Washington Avenue to Coolidge, is going to increase or decrease traffic through Longport. It's just simply, changing the road to one way. Traffic that would traverse through Longport now could, absent any other changes, could continue to traverse through Longport, and traffic that wanted to head in the opposite direction would have the ability to make their way to Monmouth or any of the other streets to head in the opposite direction. So, I don't know that this change in and of itself would increase or decrease traffic through Longport.
And so I appreciate that. And again, my only thinking is that on the 3 or 4 blocks from Longport into Margate on Amherst, if people want to go through Margate on those 3 or 4 blocks, they're more or less going to know that they can't go through on Amherst. So in that regard, I would think that the traffic on that block is going to be decreased. And again, I know that that's not scientific, but that's just my thinking. Anyway, that's all I wanted to add.
Okay.
Thank you.
And time will tell whether all these studies and whether you're correct or not, Maury. I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, can I say one last thing, Dr. Litz, so the left turn will be going south onto Coolidge, coming down south on Amherst, but coming north on their Sunset or Amherst, they'll be forced to make a right turn on Coolidge. So everyone's turning on Coolidge. Is that my understanding?
It's not part of our plan.
Yeah, if I may, Mayor, the action that's being taken at the meeting today doesn't do anything other than convert one way on Amherst from Washington to Coolidge. There's no action being taken today with regards to Amherst Avenue across from Coolidge. And I think the action that the gentleman's referring to is action that's being contemplated by the Borough of Longport.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Litz, for your comment,
All
your
right.
interest. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other public comment?
Yes,
There's somebody else.
this is Amy Reel at 8009 Monmouth Avenue. So my, of course not a question, but my comment is that if we've had so many changes in the directions, in the different directions of the streets in Margate, and they seem to be happening pretty quickly, how are we supposed to know what the unintended consequences are going to be until after the negative, in my opinion, effects of all of these changes? So I know how you're speaking about just that little area of Amherst Avenue and how it's not going to affect Margate and how people will, eventually figure out that they can't go down that one way, much like Washington in front of Wawa, where we had put up barricades because people couldn't get that through their heads. If we continue to change the direction of the streets in Margate, at what point do we need to check in with somebody to get a map to know where we're going?
Ma'am, the only thing on the agenda is
It just
to
seems
change
really
the one
serious
street.
and fast. It just seems like lately it's pretty serious and fast that we're having a lot of changes here. And the last time I called in, one of the callers, who I don't believe lived here year round, one of the major things was people come to this area because of Margate. They've been coming for 30, 40 years, bringing their families here because of the way Margate is. Are we not changing Margate for what it was into something different?
I hope not, ma'am.
It feels like it. And the more people I talk to in the area and the more people I live around, they don't want to live here as much as they used to. I have two neighbors that want to move because of the way that this town is being turned into what I have said before is feeling like an all-inclusive resort. You go away to the Caribbean, you have to run down at 6 o'clock in the morning and put a beach chair where you want to sit. And because that's something that you do at an all-inclusive resort, well, we're doing that now in Margate. And you can set up a tent on the beach for a block and take it over so nobody else can sit there. You can change the street at somebody else's whim because it's best for them. It doesn't seem like we're making good for all of Margate. We're changing this place into something that is not so much of a hometown, but more of a resort destination for people that will come and go. That's just my humble opinion from somebody who
Okay.
really loves where I live.
And we thank you for that, ma'am. Do you have any other comment?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
very much. Any other comments? Fred, do you have anyone?
There's other visitors. If you want to speak, state your name, please. That's no, Mayor.
Is
I'm
there a
here.
motion
Scott's
to-
here. Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean.
I'll make a motion. We close public comment.
Does Mr. Scott want to speak?
No, I just wanted to say hello.
Hello, Mr. Scott. Okay, is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
We're now open public comment on the resolutions and ordinance adoption on the agenda. Is there any public comment here on those subjects? The motion to close this public session, common session.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Johanna, please continue.
I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 6, 2020, an ordinance amending one-way streets in the city of Margate, county of Atlantic, state of New Jersey.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 84, 2021 has been pulled from today's agenda. So I would like a motion for resolution number 83, 2021, authorizing payments of claims.
I'll make that motion. Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I have a motion for the consent agenda, which now consists of resolution number 85, 2021 through resolution number 100, 2021.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Mayor,
Thank you, Johanna. Is there any update, Commissioners Amadeo and Blumberg? Do you have anything you'd like to comment about this at this time?
Mayor, if I may.
You may.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to comment for the public that's still tuned in that, the area of Amherst Avenue that's being modernized was a part of the master plan from 2015 that we all worked on diligently through the period of time to sort of bring our bayfront area and our restaurant strip up to modern specs and more amenable to the general public, having a promenade, making it more safe for pedestrians now that we have a water park. Also adding in the fact that we're going to have a 10-foot, probably an 8-foot wide bikeway, which a lot of people partake in biking and things of that nature, especially down in the Bay District. So the changes that are being made are recommended from traffic studies and studies that have occurred over the last 5 years from us, the city of Margate, but also from the other developments that are happening between the Leeds property and Captain Andy's. So with all that said, I think that nothing's etched in stone, and if we need to make changes, that'll happen as things need to happen and occur.
Yeah. Well said. Maura, you have anything?
Nope, nothing to add, Mike. Thank you, John.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
I have to check.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Thank you all for participating. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, and goodbye.
Keep left onto I-95 North.